Adames has been batting second, and Elliot Ramos has been batting first. They flip-flopped literally about 20 minutes before the start of today's ball game. And the reason is Willie Adames is sitting on 29 home runs. So they want to give him every opportunity to be the first Giant to hit 30 since Barry Bonds in 2004. And Bob Melvin is as astute a manager as there is in the sport. And I wonder how that went past him earlier in the day when he made out the lineup.
Yeah, talking about chasing numbers, Corey was talking about that a moment ago.
This ball well hit to center field, and the crowd, oh my goodness, he did it on the first pitch of the ball game. Wow. First pitch, Willie Adames hits his 30th of the year to dead center. Well, Mel, it wouldn't have mattered if he was hitting first or second, I guess.
No. But they were just going to try to give him that extra opportunity. But now, does he play the rest of the game? Or is that it? I mean, that's pretty special when you hit that 30 home run mark. Get a first pitch fastball up. He got the extended on it. And he knew it.
Third time in his career he's gotten to that number, and let's be honest, that's what they wanted when they went out and gave him the 7-year, $182 million deal.
And Corey, that's a big number, 30.
Yeah, especially in this ballpark.
Yeah,
it's enormous in this ballpark. Ramos is going to pop it up, and Ritter makes the catch. So once again, he is the first Giant to hit 30 homers in a season since Barry Bonds in 2004. He's the first right-handed hitting Giant to eclipse the 30 homer mark since Jeff Kent in 2002 hit 37. By the way, in 04, Bonds hit 45, and he walked a few times. Rafael Devers at the plate. Well, we hadn't even had the opportunity to tell you that McCade Brown is making the start today, and he's coming off a gorgeous outing in Seattle, the best of his young career.
Well, he let the fastball eat that day, at 96-mile-an-hour fastball on average. And then the secondary pitches, they were 0 for 7 with 4 punch-outs on the secondary pitches.
You want to finish strong, whoever you are, but in the case of McCade Brown, he really wants to follow up with what he did in Seattle. And I think sometimes it may be easier. All right, first pitch, home run, to kind of push the delete button and move on. It's not as if he walked 2 and gave up a double and a homer, and now you're down 4 or something.
I mean, how many times have we seen guys swing at the first pitch, maybe pop it up or do something other than hit a homer on it?
2-2. That fastball at 95 just missed. 3-2 on Devers.
I also think McCade, he's chasing his first major league win. He hasn't gotten it yet. 0-4 record.
Three and 2 on Devers. He's driven in 108 this year.
Oh. That one was coming back pretty hot to the fans right below us.
So a 3-2 once again. And this one is in the air to left. Jordan Beck waiting. Let's take a look at the Rockies defense presented by York. York Space Systems, Jordan Beck, Brenton Doyle, Yanquiel Fernandez. And in the infield, it's Taros, Tovar, Ritter, and Krim with Hunter Goodman behind the plate in game 162. That'll bring up Matt Chapman. And that's at the top of the zone for a strike. It's interesting to look at Davilo early in the game. He's sitting 95. This is pulled foul.
Yeah, I mentioned it in that last start with the sinker, averaged 96.
Yeah, he touched 97 a few times in that game. That's a pretty good location with the fastball. Covered by Chapman. Chapman been scuffling a little bit of late. 5 for his last 42. And he goes down here. So a leadoff home run by Willie Adames. A milestone home run for the Giants. It was his 30th. 1-0 San Francisco.
Jordan Beck for a stolen base, plus 800 on the over, minus 2,500 on the under. I'm going to go ahead and say if Jordan gets on, he's got 19 stolen bases. You want to check off that box. He's going to be running, so you should take the over. I think we have one of his teammates who's joined us now, and Tyler Freeman. Tyler, thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
Tyler, I know obviously this last series you haven't been able to play, but it's been a great year for you, and I think we got to see your full skill set at play. Is this the first time you truly felt comfortable at the major league level to just go ahead and be you out on the field?
100%. Yeah, you know, last few years kind of digging through things, trying to find my identity as a player. And when I got traded over here, it was just a reset button, and I got to find who I was and, you know, got to showcase my skills as much as possible.
Is there an individual aspect of that you're most proud of, Tyler?
Specifically, no, but, you know, when I did move to the leadoff role, it kind of really solidified me as a player, you know, just taking pitches, you know, seeing as much pitches in and at bat and trying to get on base. And that kind of like fulfilled everything, in my opinion.
What position do you like playing the most? I mean, you DH some, you played right field, you played second base. Where on the diamond do you feel the most comfortable?
Oh man, and anywhere on the diamond, honestly. But if I had to pick one,
yeah, you have to pick one because I'm putting you on the spot right now.
Yeah, for sure. You know, got BD there. Yeah, you know, I grew up playing in the infield for a long time, and you know, second base I'm very familiar with, and even I played center last year in Cleveland, and I really enjoyed center. You know, right field was brand new to me this year. You know, had some flaws, but I enjoyed my time out there. And DHing, you know, it's DHing.
That was the most diplomatic answer.
Right.
He didn't even pick a position. He said them all. No, I know how it is. I mean, I played enough outfield to know that it's boring out there. You want an action spot. That's why you like second and short and center.
Yes, absolutely. You know, but yeah, getting back in the infield was great this year. Got familiar with that again. So,
take us through your off season. You know, you now been a big leaguer for a couple of years. What does the off season look like for you?
Yeah. So I'll lift as soon as I get back home. I won't take time off lifting. Hi, baby. Get it in.
Jung-Hoo Lee with a 1-out single in front of Patrick Bailey.
Yeah, so I'll lift right away. You know, I won't swing a bat or touch a baseball for about a month and a half. You know, I'll kind of just review everything on my swing, what I did well, what I didn't do well. You know, it's things I can improve on, and you know, I have everything in my notebook that I've written down this year, just to kind of review and try to expand my game.
Tell us about that notebook. Like, what does that involve for you? What notes do you take?
Yeah, you know, it's different cues on different days. You know, I felt good doing this today. I felt bad doing this today. You know what? Talking from just straight mechanic standpoint, you know, an approach base, you know, whatever it is, just to write in that notebook, just so I can remember my feels during the season, take it into the off season, and you know, try to expand that.
I think that's really important. I try and preach that to high school kids, to make sure you take notes on just about everything so you have recall and you can go ahead and focus on the things you need to improve. I want to talk to you about your brother a little bit. Heading into the offseason, obviously, him making his debut this year. How much are you guys going to work together to work out, to hit, any of that?
It'll be pretty much every single day. You know, we train Monday through Friday, and then weekends we'll try to head to a baseball field, maybe hit on the field, or you know, take ground balls or fly balls, whatever that may be. But we'll be training together, and you know, just try to share each other's skill sets, try to make each other better. And I'm super proud of what he's done this year too.
So my guess is, and I hope to you know, not, well, it wouldn't embarrass you, but something tells me Cody, because of his stature, can push around a little more weight than you can. Is that fair?
If you can watch him squat, it's unbelievable. It's crazy. He squats the house. But yes, he does lift a lot heavier than me. I try to lift faster than him. But yeah, no, when he lifts, it's unbelievable.
Is there trash talking in every element? There goes Lee. Good throw. And on the back of the jersey, I believe, the tag was applied by Ezekiel. Lee's not moving for the moment, but it looked like Hunter got him, and San Francisco is not going to challenge. That'll end the inning.
Thanks for
Tyler
joining us,
Freeman. You're the
Thanks,
best,
Tyler.
man. Have a great offseason. Get in the squat rack. Rockies baseball is presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. By UC Health, the official healthcare partner of the Colorado Rockies. And by Breckenridge, text play to 90202 to win $5,000 and a Breckenridge vacation.
Well, you got an Avs fan, you got a Rockies fan.
They got a dinger hat on?
Yep. Avs sweater on.
Avs played a preseason game yesterday.
Yep.
McCade Brown to Christian Koss. 0-1 on Koss. And that's a good looking slider for a strike. 0-2. Couple strikeouts, 1 run allowed on 2 hits so far by McCade. First pitch he delivered today was hit over the center field wall by Willie Adames. And again, Willie Adames was originally batting second in the lineup. Bob Melvin changed him to the top of the lineup just in case, to give him potentially an extra at bat to hit a 30th homer. Well, he got it out of the way quickly.
Hey, it's never too early to start planning for your 2026 event at the ballpark. Visit Rockies.com/groups or call 303-ROCKIES for more information about group outings for the 2026 season.
The live wire, that is Drew Gilbert's batting ninth and playing right field. Gilbert steps up. Saw him defensively late yesterday. Gilbert out of the University of Tennessee. Like a number of other players,
Yes.
like several Rockies, obviously. Changeup missed, 2-1. Giants 10-2 against the Rockies this year. As a team, this is a somewhat important game for the Giants from a cosmetic standpoint. This is popped out of play.
Get to 500?
Yeah, absolutely. The Giants with a win would finish at 81-81. How much does that mean to a player?
I think a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's about making the playoffs. But I think for Bob Melvin, because there's been some chatter, hey, is he going to be back? I know he signed an extension, but I'm sure they'll look at everything top to bottom after the season.
Sully, what did it mean to you?
I mean, it's a target, sure, but I don't think as a player you think 80 and 82 is any different than 81 and 81. I think what Hugh is saying is right. You're going home. That's what you're thinking about. You're not in the playoffs.
Drew Gilbert, who can run, walks, and with 1 out, that'll bring up Willie Adames.
Well, that home run back in the first inning was pretty special for Willie Adames to be able to put that 30 mark in the column. And he ended up hitting this ball 417 feet.
Sully mentioned it. It's the 30 home run plateau for the 3rd time in Willie's career. Takes a big swing here, pops it up. Hunter's going to give it a look. And it's back several rows. Well, this is remarkable. Since 2005, the Giants now have 130 home run season. The next lowest, the Pirates. You know, they've struggled to hit home runs with 6. The Royals 8, the Padres 12, along with the Nationals. think about it, they went over 20 years without having a 30 home run player.
And it wasn't like they had bad teams over that.
They won 3 championships.
That's what I mean. Yeah, Buster Posey. I mean, Brandon Belt, Crawford. Those guys.
Pence.
Hunter Pence, yeah.
I don't know if that broke the glove or, Hunter's looking at his glove.
Go right off the end of the glove, maybe.
Yeah, he just missed it. I think he just took his eye off it.
Just
so
didn't quite reach far
ball.
enough.
1-2 on Adames. This one's popped up, and Hunter does have a play. Oh, man, he threw his mask too early.
Yeah, the Cardinals' sin of trying to catch a pop-up by a catcher. Right? Don't you wait and wait and wait and then throw it as far as you can?
Yeah, once you find the area it's in, you take the mask and you throw it to a different area code. He dropped it right at his feet.
Right
Fortunately,
there.
he didn't trip.
Yeah, that's where you throw it to your right.
A lot of times you'll see umpires either try and catch it or clear it out of the way, too. Marvin Hudson didn't have anything to do with that.
No.
It was too close.
Strike on Ramos. Here's the 0-1 for McCade. And that's a running fastball at 96. I like the stuff again, fellas. I know he gave up the home run on the first pitch he threw, but stuff-wise, I think it's, mirroring what we saw in Seattle to a certain degree.
Yeah, we talked about that to McCade the next day, how he just said, okay, enough of just trying to be so fine with everything.
He pitched with an edge in the minor leagues. I mean, he had less than a 2.5 ERA in 20 ball games in the minor leagues this year, and I get it. It's the minor leagues. This is the big leagues, but he's been very impressive the last couple of outings. Beck with the catch. No harm done by the walk to Gilbert. 1-0 as we go to the fourth. Thomas home run as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Rafael Devers is going to lead it off. And we go downstairs to one Mickey Moniak.
What's going on, guys?
Mick, how are you?
Doing good.
Yeah,
good to
I know this isn't the final week you wanted with a little bit of a back issue. Overall, how would you assess your 2025?
Yeah, I think took some good strides forward. I think, learned a lot, grew a lot, kind of was able to find my rhythm offensively. But, right now I think, we got 7 more innings, 6 more innings, and then it's looking in the mirror and figuring out what we need to do better to get ready for next year.
I want you to go back to the end of March, basically. Uh-oh, hang on a second. Catch it, Brent.
I have to tell you, Devers hit that out, and I'm not so sure the bat is intact. It sounded like...
That sounded weird.
Didn't that sound weird, Mickey?
It did.
It was 106. He had to square it up.
Yeah.
But I agree. It sounded like it was hollow almost.
For Devers, his 35th of the year.
He's found his spot now. I know early on when he was here, it was different for him just being traded over, but now he's found that comfort zone.
Yeah, Mickey, get back to you. I know Huey had a question. Go ahead.
So flashback to March, being released by the Angels and then getting the call to sign over here and just kind of that whirlwind, meeting the club down in Tampa and then hitting a home run.
Yeah, no, that was I'd say a crazy 48 hours. I want to say I was on a flight within 35 hours of getting released. No, I mean, just how this year started was crazy. And, getting down to Tampa, knew I was, walking into a good clubhouse. I knew Mac. I knew a few guys, Togs, Martini early in the year. So I knew a few guys, and, when I got here, they took me in, and it was like I'd been here all spring training. So that's been awesome. And do it again, JB. Do it, JB.
What?
Ball came out of Ryan's glove.
But yeah, and then hitting the homer first at bat. That was a good way to start.
Mickey, I want you to reflect on your season a little bit when it comes to, counting numbers that we look at as hitters, whether it's homers, triples. What are you most proud of on your season?
I feel like, I think, I mean, all of them, really.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think, I try to be, as good in every facet of the game as I possibly can. And offensively, obviously, hit more homers than I had in my career prior. The triples, more triples. Was able to get to 20 doubles the other day. I think just for me, it's coming through in the big moments. And so more RBIs this year. I don't know. I think my whole focus every game is to kind of do everything I can to help the team win. Had a hitting coach in Philly, Kevin Long, still there. Longtime great. And, he used to tell me when I was, 22, 23 years old, just put something in the box every day and, to help the team win. And I feel like that's what I tried to do every day. And I feel like the numbers, kind of show that.
Was there a point this year? I mean, you're talking about your swing and all this. Was there a point or one game or kind of a time in the season that you felt that it just clicked and you kept rolling with it?
Yeah, I think, the beginning of June was kind of statistically where stuff started to get rolling pretty good. The first 2 months, I felt like, I was just trying to get my footing. I felt good in the box. I felt like I was hitting the ball hard. Not a ton of luck early on, but, that's baseball. And I think just the whole thought process was just stick to it and, keep going, put one foot in front of the other, and just had the confidence that, it'd turn eventually. And, I think beginning of June 1st, I would say, would be the start of that.
Well, Mickey, we got a pitching change. Can you hang in there with us?
Yeah.
So McCade's going to come out after 62 pitches. And we'll tell you about the change in a moment.